A new Guardian, a new Bard, Ira's back, and a whole bunch of new cards have just been spoiled on the TOLARIAN Community College collaboration product Round the Table. Let's talk about it all. First things first, I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? How are we not going to want to play as this? Look, I am a music teacher by trade, and the fact that a Bard now exists that I can play and it makes copper, meaning that you could sing songs to get paid for it, oh, be still my beating heart. This is gonna be so good. Oh my God, Samuel Dando, if you're out there, you and me, man, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna be bards for life. Okay, let's actually talk about things now. I'm so sorry. Okay, so a few hours ago, the professor released his video right here titled Round the Table. Well, technically, this is not his video. This is the 30-second little like kind of trailer that Legend Story Studios released, but he released his video, which is technically right here, titled They Put Me on a Card, because Flesh and Blood creators LSS put him on a card alongside of creating this entire product with him in a collaborative space. And I had talked with him and I had talked with some members of LSS about the product for just a tiny bit. They didn't tell me much about it besides they were really excited. And I could see why, because this is so crazy. So let's talk about everything there is to know about this. First things first, this product is the perfect intro product. I've been waiting to make a sort of a new player intro video into the world of Flesh and Blood for exactly this product, because I knew that if I made one before this product released, it was going to be scrapped. It was going to be obsolete, because this is the product that you pick up to play with friends and try the game out and enjoy it. If you don't want to pick this up for $70, then you can buy just a deck, just a Blitz deck. But what this is, and let me go to the actual kind of product view. It is a deck box that is essentially like a large deck box slash playmat box that can be reused. It has the tuck-in folder things on the side, and it comes with a playmat that is exactly this playmat, the TOLARIAN Community College playmat. So you get this playmat. You get these 4 decks, and the 4 decks are, first of all, you get to play as the Professor, who is a functional reprint of Teklevosen. That is, by the way, releasing 1 week after this comes out. So this product hits the shelves at your local game store, and 1 week after that, the most intro-friendly product in the freaking game, and probably across multiple games, comes out in the form of a set that is literally designed for you to pick up, crack 3 packs, and immediately have a deck to play. Just picture that. Just picture how that functions, and picture how LSS has designed this to function. You're also able to play as the best hero in the game, Melody, which is a bard that sings songs that help everyone at the table if you're playing multiplayer. And also you get paid to do it, which is fantastic. And I love that because I like coins in this game, and I love that because I'm a musician. And so I literally have to love this card, and I do. And everything about it makes me so happy. And then we've got Brevant, who's basically just another Guardian, but this one's different because he actually guards people. Yes, I know, Yoji technically was supposed to guard people, but I mean, talk to the Emperor about that, am I right? That guy's dead. This guy actually physically defends people with his cards, which is cool. And then the biggest, spiciest, like, left turn of them all is they brought back Ira, and that is so good. This is not the Ira starter deck of old. This is a full-on Ira Blitz deck. It is spicy as well. It's not a 30-card deck anymore. It is fully realized in all of its 40-card glory with brand new cards that we'll take a look at here in a moment. First things first, though, Professor Teklevosen is slightly different than the actual ability on the young Teklevosen. Now, this is a stand-in for young Teklevosen, but the Professor says Evos cost 1 less to play for each opposing hero, and that is not the text on the young Teklevosen. As you can see, the text for that portion is completely missing, making this card slightly different. But it does say you may play Evos from your Banish Zone, whereas this Teklevosen says, once per turn instant, pay 3. You may play your next Evo this turn as though it were an instant. When you do, draw a card. It also has the you may play Evos from your Banish Zone as well. So it's essentially, this card has a slight leaning towards UPF, whereas the original kind of really focuses a little bit more on just being generally like solid, having an extra ability that can be played in any format. You can play this in UPF, Ultimate Pit Fight, the multiplayer format, or you can just play it in normal like Blitz play. And the Professor here is very similar in a lot of respects. Not quite that different, not different enough to really make you, probably make you upset that, you know, these are two functionally different cards. It's pretty much a stand-in a lot of respects, and I think that is a really cool way to introduce a hero that is also a real person in real life. As far as the cards that they've shown off thus far, we have Evo Techloscope. Remember, these are all Evo equipment, meaning that you can equip these onto a base piece of equipment that you have to choose to run. And if you do that, you transform that into this card, you equip this, and all of a sudden you get a Battle-Worn 2-block. That is a 3-block equipment total. You get 3 block out of this. And your Techloblaster attacks can target any opposing hero, meaning that at the table on playing like a big UPF game, multiplayer game, you can target the person diagonally from you. And that is a really big deal in a game where normally you can only target the people on your left and right. But also just keep in mind this thing blocks 3, and that is beefy and pretty good. That's pretty busted, pretty good. Also, we don't necessarily know what the Techloblaster is. We can assume it's a new Mechanologist weapon. We can assume it's probably also in the upcoming set. Maybe, but I'm going to assume so. But essentially, we can guess from the way that all these cards are statted about maybe what that weapon does. And we'll talk about that as we talk about Evo Energy Matrix, which also costs 3. It's also a block 3 total with Battle-Worn 2. And it says your Techloblaster costs 1 resource less to activate for each opposing hero. So at a 4-player game out of the box, if you're playing UPF with this sort of setup, then, well, you would go from, I don't know, if this thing cost 4 to attack with, maybe now it costs 1. So we can maybe think that this is like a 4-cost weapon, kind of like the Sledge of Anvilheim. Evo Scattershot says that your Techloblaster gets +1 attack for each opposing hero. And if you're looking at, I mean, this weapon could be really beefy. We'll just put it that way. With this equipped, this weapon, whatever the Techloblaster is, could get really tall. Because assuming that this is a 4-cost weapon, we have to assume that it does something okay on base stats. Unless it's like a 4-cost 1 attack, that all of a sudden becomes a 4-cost 5 attack. But I'm leaning towards like it's a 4-cost 3 attack weapon. Which means that at the table, if you bring this round the table, then it becomes a 1-cost 7. Is that right? A 1-cost 7? Yeah, I think it's a 1-cost 7 attack weapon, which literally lines up with Sledge of Anvilheim. That's the word I meant to say. Evo Rapid Fire is going to give your Techloblaster attacks go again, which is pretty good. I mean, just straight up, all of these equipment being 3-block Battle-Worns mean you want to put them in your deck or you want to go find them out of your deck. And then you look at Apocalypse Automaton, which is a 3-cost 6 attack that can attack everybody at the table equally. But you have to meet some requirements. First of all, you can only play this if you have 1 or more Evos equipped. And the reason is Evo Upgrade is the effect on this card, and that basically just applies a scaling effect to the card itself based on the number of Evos you control, the number of like robot equipment you put on. And this attacks up to X target opposing heroes, where X is the number of Evos you have. So if you have 2 Evos equipped, this attacks 2 different heroes. If you only have 1, you just pick who it attacks, right? But if you have 3 at this 4-player game of multiplayer, all of a sudden this attacks everyone, which is so cool. This is a 3-cost 6 attack that could become a 3-cost 18. That's just so stupidly good. Mechanical Strength is also a 3-cost 5 attack, and this one gets a buff for however many Evos you control. So if we're looking at getting this on rate, then a 3 for 7 is where we want to be, and so we have to have 2 Evo upgrades equipped, which isn't terrible, but this is a fine, solid little card, and it's a rare too. And then we come to the best hero in the game. I deem it this way, it is so. Melody Sing-Along is a bard hero, young bard hero that says whenever you play a song, you create copper tokens equal to the number of other heroes in the game. Oh my good Lord in heaven above, that's so amazing. So you sing a song and you get paid by everyone. They don't literally pay you, but figuratively, in a sense, okay, they pay you. And Jinglewood Smash Hit is the Bard Fiddle weapon that attacks for 2, and if you actually connect and hit with this, you destroy this weapon, but it costs nothing to attack with it, which is really good. And if you're not choosing to attack, you can instead, with Go Again for 3 resources, you can target an opposing hero, and they choose to make a Might, Quicken, or Vigor token, and you get paid for it. So you sing one person a song, and they just like get a little buff. That is so cool. And just imagine this. You need to understand this is very good for PvE. PvE comes out next year, so they say, and if this is a thing and PvE is a thing, then they will be a perfect thing. It will be fantastic. But even if it's not, you get to give a positive token to someone at the table. They're gonna love you for that, right? Right? They could choose Might, which I think we have seen. They can choose Quicken. We know what a Quicken token is. We don't know what Vigor is yet. I don't think it was spoiled, but I could be wrong. Let me know in a comment below if Vigor was spoiled in the TOLARIAN Community College video, which I'm linking down in the description. As far as songs that you can sing, you could sing Song of Jack Be Quick, which costs nothing, pitches blue, blocks for 3, and creates a Quicken token under everyone's control except yours. So you give of yourself, and everyone gets a Quicken token in return. That's fantastic. Also, keep in mind, it pitches 3, which is great because a copper is pay 4, draw a card. And so if you load your deck up with blues and then you have like 10 copper, you can just start pitching, and you can just pitch a lot of blues and keep drawing cards and pitch a lot of blues and keep drawing cards and have the grandest of old times to set up the best big damage combo with the next card, or a card we'll talk about later. Song of Sweet Nectar costs nothing and says everyone gains 1 except you, because you just care about them. Song of Rosen Matador pitches blue, costs nothing, and gives everyone a Vigor token. That's probably pretty good. Who knows? I don't know, but I think it's gonna be great. Song of the Shining Knight, again, pitches blue, costs nothing, creates a Might token for your opponent. Are you sensing the theme? This is literally The Witcher, by the way. There's Geralt of Rivia, it looks like. Song of the Wandering Mind, everybody draws a card except you. It's a better version of This Round's on Me for the table, except for you. In fact, it's like strictly worse. It's so funny. And then Song of Yesteryears costs nothing, and each other hero puts an attack action card from their graveyard on the bottom of their deck. Basically, you just Warmonger's Recital a card back, and just for free. It's like a weird version of Remembrance, or like you know, those Earth cards that beefy Earthbriar used to play before she LL'd. Interesting. Interlude is a 0-cost instant that says choose someone. The next time they would take damage, stop 3 of it. And if you stop that for someone else, you get paid in copper token. Oh, and then finally, what's the point of all of this? You go and you find Encore somewhere in your deck, and it says pay 1, return a Bard attack action card from your graveyard to your hand. Go again, and what do you go get? You get Final Act. You get Final Act. I love this so much. 1 cost, 1 attack. When this attacks, it gets +X, where X is twice the number of all cards in all pitch zones. So just picture this. You make 6 copper, okay? You make 6 copper. You pitch all your blues. You're like pitching blues, you're pitching blues, you're pitching blues, you're drawing cards. You're drawing cards, okay? You have like, I don't know, 5, 6 cards in pitch, okay, at that point. And then you finally find either Final Act in the deck, or you find Encore. And you then go and get Final Act, right? And then you play it. And then it's a 13 attack. It's just so good. I love this so much. I love this so much. Okay, so best hero in the game, just super broken, really good. Okay, I wonder if this is Blitz viable. If this is such a good Blitz combo deck. Is this like... Oh, I love that so much. Okay, that makes my heart so happy. Now, coming down to Brevant, there's going to be a lot of people that like Brevant because Brevant is the quintessential Guardian. He's what I thought Guardian would be back when Guardian became a class in like the first set ever released. He says you may have any number of Chivalry in your deck, and Chivalry is a card that is like a block 3. It's literally like, I think it's a blue block 3. Whenever you protect another hero, create a Might token. It's a card that you can actually put in front of like attacks for someone else. In fact, let me just go. Look, here's the TOLARIAN Community College video. I highly recommend that you go and check it out. I think it's really cool because he's a really cool guy. And you know what also is cool? There's the might token, by the way. The might token literally says at the start of your turn, destroy this, and then your next attack this turn gains +1. That applies to weapons as well, so just keep that in mind. But what I'm looking for is nope, that's not it. This one. Here it is, Chivalry. It has the protect keyword, and it says you may defend any hero attacked by your opponent with this. Again, this is literally laying the groundwork for PvE. Because you can play this hero in PvE into like a boss battle, and you can protect your friends. And it's so good. And then you get a good weapon. This weapon's solid. It's a 3 for 3. Pay 3, attack with it for 3. But if you have a Chivalry in your pitch zone, this gets +1. So you can load your deck up with a ton of Chivalries, and this is just a 3 for 4. Because again, remember, Chivalry pitches blue. It pitches blue, and it's literally a card called Block, a brand new card type to the game, subtype. So Fabrary has to get working on that, I guess. Bastion of Duty's a new weapon, or sorry, new equipment. It is a shield that you can, again, throw this in front of anything for anyone, which is fantastic. It has temper, so it blocks for 3. You've got Civic Peak, which can defend and force someone else to draw a card, which is great. It has temper, it blocks for 3. Civic Duty, when this defends, you create a Vigor token under another hero's control, so you just give a token to someone else. This set is very kind. This is such a nice set. It's very like everyone's just patting each other on the back. Create a might token to give someone like that +1 buff on their next attack. Create a quicken token. All of these are temper block 3s basically. And then you just come at them after you've just like group hugged the entire table. You hit someone in the face for 7, but then it's like encouraging you with Tower to hit someone in the face for 13 or more. 13 or more. That's disgusting. Guardians are stupid. Sound off in the comments below if you think Guardians are stupid. In a good way, of course. I mean in a good way. And then finally we have Ira. But how did they take Ira, the quintessential first hero in the game? Well, they've given her a lot of like really cool Tiger cards. And I love that because I played a lot of Tiger Benji. And it was really fun. Mask of Three Tails, instant. Destroy it, draw a card, activate this only if you've hit 3 or more times. It's easy to do that with Tigers. Pouncing Paws, instant. Destroy it, create a Crouching Tiger, and Banished. You can play it. That's easy. It's a Battle Worn block 1. Then we have Mauling Chi, which is a 1-cost 5 attack. A 1 for 5 that says combo when this hits. If Crouching Tiger was the last attack, doesn't even have to hit the last attack. If this hits, then deal 1 damage to each opposing hero at the table. Just 1 across the board, fire everywhere. That's pretty cool. Then you have Growl, which is it's a 0 for 3 with built-in go again. So it's like a great little kind of chain starter, if you will. And it says when this attacks, the next Crouching Tiger you play, this combat chain gets +1, which is great because Crouching Tigers are 0 cost attack or 0 attacks. And then finally, we come to the most interesting card in this. Bittering Thorns used to be a yellow. And I think it used to be a 0 for 3. Hold on, let's find out. Fabrary. Bittering Thorns. Bittering Thorns used to be a 1 for 3 yellow. That was it. But look what they've done now. Look what they've done to my boy. They've upgraded it. 1 to 4. It's a 1 for 4. When this hits your next attack, this turn gains +1. This card is so good. This is like a solid card, man. I would play this in Dromai if that were not cheating. And it is cheating, so I won't. And all of this comes back to the fact that they have programmed and designed for this product to come out the week before this set releases. The Bright Lights set that is so easy for new players to plug into, to just grab 3 packs from the shelf at your local game store, crack them open, shuffle them together, and play as a mechanologist. You can play as the Professor. After buying this product, you can just side in the Professor Teklevasan. You've already got the hero. You just need to open the booster packs. You have the hero sitting right there. It's perfection. This was so well thought out and designed. And unfortunately, there's one critical flaw with all of it. And the one critical flaw with this entire thing is that I'm being so nice to my opponent, I don't want to hit anybody. I'm like defending everyone, I'm protecting. Well, at the end of the day, we're all just going to agree to shake hands and sing songs. So, I mean, there is that to it. But everything else about this product is fantastic, in my opinion. I think it's incredibly well designed. I very much believe that cards that would functionally be like only found in this set, perhaps, are going to be readily accessible, either being like full play sets of that card in this, or if it's going to be put into, you know, the upcoming Bright Lights set. No matter what, I think this is going to be an absolute slam dunk, and it is so easy to see and just grab and run with. And it's a fantastic product alongside of someone who really cares about people coming together and playing great games. And that is a perfect description of both LSS and Brian from TOLARIAN Community College. So this is the best hero in the game. I've said it. I'm saying it again. If for some reason, because I do want to point this out, where's the timeline here? The release date of this set is Friday, September 29th. If for some reason the professor needed someone to play as Melody, I would imagine he's probably already got someone picked out for it. But I would volunteer to go and play as the musician and share my songs with the world. I would do that on a Shuffle Up and Play episode, but no matter who plays in this Shuffle Up and Play episode, I haven't heard anything, but whoever plays it, I am going to be just glued to my screen because it is going to be absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see what they have in store, and I'm sure there's even more surprises in this whole box set. And then finally, he's going to release a Is It Worth It to Buy? Yes. Why would you say that? Yes, it's worth it to buy. Duh. So if you enjoyed this video, make that number go to 16,000. That is your job. As always, thanks for watching.